Hey Laura, welcome. Okay, so during this session today, we're going to be stretching, like as you know. If you have a roller, we're going to use it, but not until later. But so if you want to pause it, go grab it so you have it. And so we're just going to work, I know you said that your neck was bothering you, so we're just going to do some stretches and a little bit of mobility to work into the back of the neck, but also stretching out those hamstrings, the glutes, and really just a full body. So you can start at the back of your mat, or wherever is comfortable. We're going to come into a seated position. Inhaling the arms up overhead. Exhale, we're going to drop the right arm down, reaching the left up and over. If it feels good, you can drop the elbow down, but we just want to make sure that that opposite sit bone is staying on the ground. If it's coming up, reach it up. Good, opening up your chest, reaching up, inhaling. Exhaling, going a little bit deeper. Good, inhale, windmill those arms back up. Exhale to the opposite side, inhale. And exhale, fold a little bit deeper, keeping that opposite sit bone rooted on the mat. Good, inhaling, come back up. And we're just gonna be folding forward over our legs, stretching out the hips. So, reaching forward, inhale. Exhale, dropping those hands forward, stretching out that lower back. Allowing yourself to fall. Good, and slowly make your way up. And we're going to come into a tabletop position. So, we're just going to be doing some circles here, just warming up the spine a little bit. So we're going to come to a clockwise position and we're just going to be doing some circles. So we're going to inhale forward. You can slightly arch your back as you come forward. Exhale, you can round the back and come back. So inhaling it forward, looking up. Exhale, rounding it, looking in. Inhale, exhale. Warming up those wrists as well. You can make it dramatic here, really moving and swaying your body. Good, switch to the other side. Inhaling it forward, exhaling it back, allowing the neck to fall. Really allowing yourself just to feel how your body's feeling in this moment. Good, and then coming to a neutral, we're gonna sit back into a wide child's pose. So those toes are going to touch in the back, legs are gonna come out wide, and we're just gonna focus on reaching those fingers forward. Folding it down, focusing on pushing our hips back and our hands forward. So feeling that stretch in the spine as well as in the glutes and inner thighs. Great. And slowly you can lift your head up. We're going to walk our fingertips over to the left. And then you're going to take your right hand and place it over the left hand. Head is going to come back down to the ground and you should feel a big stretch in your right body, your right side body. Good, coming back to center and then making your way over to the right side, and then left hand is going to come on top of the right. All right, coming back center, coming back to all fours. Now this is where you're going to grab your prop if you have it. If you don't, you're just going to use it exactly, or you're just going to do the exercise exactly how you would without it. So we're going to come to the all fours again, and we're going to do thread the needle. So we're gonna inhale the right arm up. Exhale, we're gonna thread it through, but this time we're gonna place the top of our hand on top of our prop. I don't know why I can't think of the name of it, the roller. And then exhale, we're going to thread it through. And so I know you can't really see too much, but it's almost like my arm is hovering. Head is gonna come to the ground and you're gonna look up over that left shoulder. Take a few breaths. Feeling that stretch all in the right side. Good, inhale, we're going to reach that arm back up again. Exhale, thread it through. Head comes down, feel that deep stretch into the back of the trap. Good, inhale one more time. And exhale, thread it through last time, really breathing into this movement. Good, inhale, come back up. And exhale, you can plant the hand down, switch it over to the other side. Inhaling that left arm up overhead. Exhale, threading it through. Good. Inhale the arm back up. Exhale, thread it through. Good. Inhale one more time, nice and strong up. Exhale everything out. Good, inhale, last time, back up. Exhale, back down to center. Great, all right. You can make your way back to a seated position. Put my hair up real fast. And we're going to stretch into our legs now. Now that our upper body is nice and stretched, we're just going to take some time to stretch out the lower body. And then we're gonna get back to the upper body to do a few more things. So, I'm gonna have you come into a little bit of a straddle. So the left leg can come in, right leg can come out. And typically I like to say flex the top of the foot, but this time I'm actually just gonna have you kind of allow it to fall on an angle out. What you can do is you can move your flesh away from your sit bone to stand up nice and tall, or to sit up nice and tall. Inhale. Exhale, we're just going to come straight down. So even though the foot right here is just kind of flared outwards, we're stretching out, and you might even feel this stretch in a little bit different areas, maybe in a different part of your calf or deeper into your glute. And arms are just gonna come forward, palms are gonna be up, and you're just gonna stay here for a little while. Nice deep breaths, inhaling. Exhale, allowing yourself to fold a little bit deeper into this position. One more. Good, and rest. All right, this time what we're going to do is we're going to take the left hand coming into the right opposite side of the foot, and we're just going to pull down our chin towards the knee. So now stretching a little bit deeper here. Good, and you can release that leg, shake it out a little bit. We'll come to the other side, switching it. You can remove the flesh from your sit bones so you can sit up nice and tall, allowing that leg to kind of just flare out a little bit. And then we're gonna inhale, exhale, just folding forward. Palms are gonna come up, and just getting comfortable in the uncomfortable here. Allowing yourself to just fold forward, releasing any tension from the hip, from the back of the knee, from the calf, from the foot. And just taking note on how your body's feeling. can inhale yourself back up. And now with your right hand, we're going to grab the opposite of the left foot. And again, we're just going to fold forward, kind of acting as like a twist here. And we're really just focusing on bringing our chin towards our knee. Maybe it won't touch, and that's okay. I know mine doesn't. Just focusing on stretching that hamstring, that glute a little bit deeper. Good. Coming back up center. We're going to come into a butterfly position. So you don't have to have your legs super close if you don't need them to be. We're going to just stretch up the inner thighs and maybe even a little bit of the outer hips. So inhaling nice and tall. Exhale, let's fold forward, rounding our back as we come in. Chin is tucking into chest. And you might even feel this in your spine and your low back and your inner thighs. Good, coming back up, and now we're really gonna just focus on stretching the inner thighs. I'm gonna have you hook into the elbow, into the crease where the knee is, and we're just gonna press down. So now you're having more so of a flat back. I come to the side, you can see. First one was more so round. Second one, we're kind of hinging forward with a flatter back, really working into those inner thighs and the hips. Good, grabbing the feet with the left hand. Left elbow is gonna come into that left leg. Right hand is gonna come on top of that right knee. Inhale, exhale, you're gonna twist it open, looking over that shoulder. Feeling maybe a release in the hip as well as the low back. Great, exhale, come back center. Switch to the opposite side. Inhale up, exhale, twist. Great, coming back to center. Let's bring those legs in, and you can bring them straight. Hands can come behind you and just shake those legs out a little bit. Move around the energy, move around the lactic acid a little bit. All right, and then we're gonna come into a downward facing dog. So I'm gonna make your way, I'm actually gonna turn this, and if you can make your way into tabletop. Let's see, all right, cool. So making your way into tabletop, it's important that we plant the wrist. We're only going to be here for a little while, so I know your wrists, sometimes they bother you here, but we're only going to be here for a second. So what we're going to do is we're going to inhale, exhale, we're going to press our hips back, legs are going to come up, and we're bringing our chest down towards the mat. And you can feel free to pedal out the knees here, so straightening one, bending the other, and really just feeling into the back of the legs here. You really want to press those fingertips, press those hands away from you so you're lengthening in your spine. And just continue to pedal out those feet. Maybe swaying one hip to the other. Good, and then slowly walking your feet, nice and slow, inchworming all the way up to the top of your wrist. Maybe come onto the finger pads. Coming all the way up. Now I'm going to take an inhale, looking forward, straightening those legs. Exhale, you're going to take a slight bend in those knees, folding forward and grabbing opposite elbows. Allowing your neck to be heavy. Maybe shake your head yes, shake your head no. Good, and slowly planting those hands again, taking a bend in those knees, looking forward, looking back in, planting the feet, and we're just slowly gonna roll up one vertebrae at a time. Nice deep breaths, nice and slow. And your head is going to come up last. Great. So I know you can't see me, but what we're going to do now is inhale those arms up overhead. And like what we typically do sometimes during our sessions, we're going to grab the opposite wrist, reach over to the side body here, looking up over that opposite side. Good, coming back center, switch the wrist. Exhale, folding over. Good, and coming back center. This time we're going to stretch out into our chest a little bit. You're gonna stay standing, but I'm just gonna come down here so you can see. I'm gonna have you clasp your hands behind your back and then pull those shoulders away from you. So standing up nice and tall, pelvis is tucked, core is tight, drawing those traps away from your ears, and inhaling nice and deeply here. Feeling that stretch all into the neck, across the collarbone. Good, and you can release and shake out those arms. Shake out those arms, move your body a little bit, see how you feel. Okay, and then we're actually gonna come back down onto the ground. So what I'm gonna have you do is we're gonna continue working in the spine area here into the neck area, because typically I know that you have your neck things going on, and I'm assuming that part of it might be because you're on the computer, you're on your phone. We tend to have a more rounder posture here because we're constantly looking down. And so this is really going to help the thoracic spine and just opening up. And you can do this at any point, either middle of the day. I know you were doing a plank a few days ago, so you can do it in the middle of the day, but you can do it in the morning, you can do it at night. And so we want to just focus on making sure that we're not necessarily feeling it in the low back and that we're really extending through the upper spine. So I'm going to have you come all the way down, laying down onto your stomach. And just like what we did this morning, is you're pressing those hips into the ground. Not yet, but that's what we're doing. So I'm going to have you just reach your fingers forward, and then you're going to come onto those finger pads. And so just seeing how this feels. So head is up, looking straight on the finger pads. Taking a few deep breaths. And slowly releasing. Now, if that was easy, we're gonna do a little bit more of a challenge. So if that was more challenging for you, you could just stay there. Option to make it a little bit more challenging, bring those arms closer. Inhale, pressing up. And when you're pressing, again, you should be feeling it in the mid-spine here. So pressing up, holding, looking up, right where to the ceiling meets the wall, taking a few deep breaths, pressing those hips into the ground. And exhale, let's bring that head back down. We're gonna come up, we're gonna do about 3 or 4 of these. So if at any point, if you wanna go a little bit further out to make it easier, or if you wanna come in to make it harder, you can do that. So inhale, let's come back up. Deep breaths here. Last one. And on your exhale, come back down. Good. Inhale, back up. Last breath. Exhale, come back down. Good, and last one again, we should not be feeling this in the low back, just the mid back. Inhale, last one. Exhale, lean into it. And come back down. Great job. All right. Coming back up into a kneeling position. Or actually, I'm going to have you make your way down onto your back. Just the time. Cool. All right. So legs are going to be bent. We're going to grab behind the quad here, so behind the hamstring I should say. And we're just gonna focus on rolling our foot around. So right leg is down, left leg is up, just for cue purposes. And just rolling one way with the ankle, rolling the opposite way, getting some mobility in the ankle. And when it feels good, you can start to make your fingertips towards the ankle, bringing the leg closer towards your head. And if it feels good, you can pop yourself up and reaching it a little bit deeper. Holding here, taking a few breaths. And exhale, we're going to come into a figure four. But this time, if it feels good, you could either grab behind the quad, or I keep saying quad, the hamstring, or if you want a little bit of a deeper stretch, you can bring this right leg into the body, holding onto that shin. Really feeling that deep stretch in the outer left glute. Few deep breaths here. Good. Arms can come out to a T. We're gonna keep the legs just as they are, and we're just gonna fold them over to the ground. That left foot is actually gonna come flat onto the ground. You could even grab that left ankle with the right arm. You should feel a deeper stretch into the IT band as well as that left hip. And then you can look over that left shoulder. Some deep breaths here. Good, making your way back up, unfolding the legs, and kind of just rocking back and forth if that feels good on your spine. Dropping the left leg, right leg is going to come up, holding underneath the hamstring there, and just making some of those circles with your right foot. Pointing, flexing, just doing what feels good in your body. Other way, if you haven't already switched. Good, and slowly walking those fingertips towards the ankle, and when it feels ready, reaching the knee to your nose, nose towards your knee, and just breathing here. Coming into a figure four position, stacking those hips, then threading those fingers through, either holding the back of the leg or holding the shin for a deeper stretch. And breathing. Releasing all the tension that you built up through the day maybe, or through the month on your end. Letting it all melt away. Giving the love that your body needs to continue doing what it does best. All right, and then releasing those arms, coming out to a T, planting that right foot down on the ground. Left hand can grab that right foot if it feels good to just continue to use that as like an anchor, and then looking over that right shoulder. Or if you want to press that hip away, kind of pressing that knee away, you could do that as well. Whatever feels good here. All right, coming back into center, bringing your feet back into your chest, rocking side to side if that feels good, making some circles, grabbing onto your knees, going one way, going the other way. Your tailbone, if this bothers your tailbone, please don't do it. Good, and slowly rocking your way up or just making your way back up. All right, and we still have some time. Okay, we'll do a little bit more just to continue working into the upper body a little bit. So this I'm actually going to have you do on your couch. I don't know if you've done this one together or not, but we're going to try it out. And now again, this is great, again, just to get more flexion happening, and not flexion, extension happening within the spine. So I'm gonna have you grab, or go towards your couch. You know, I apologize. Actually, no, we can still do that one. I'm trying to figure out what I can do it on. But essentially what you're going to do is pretend that there's a couch here. Hopefully you can do this one. If not, I'll show you in person. But it's a really good one. So what we're going to do is we're going to clasp our hands, our elbows are going to come onto the couch. And what you're going to do is you're going to drop your belly and extend up with those elbows being on the couch. So you're extending up, looking up, and then exhale, you're going to round in. So you're going to feel this in your neck, feel this in your spine. Exhale, coming up. And coming back in. Inhaling, coming up. I'm sorry, last one. And exhaling, coming back in. Good. So if that feels good, you can continue practicing them too on your own. And if you're like, Lauren, what the hell was that? Was I even doing it right? I can let you know in our next session. But I'm sweating now. I hope you enjoyed that. Hopefully it was a good stretch. And I'll see you in our next session. I just saw a bug fall from the ceiling from my garage. All right, I'll see you then, Laura. Great job today.